not chuck your spin. If you felt like me, you'd roll right out and never roll back in. When I wake up in the morning, the dawn's as black as night, and my mother's shouting up the stairs, and you know she's winning the fight. So I best venture out of bed, me lad, for you know it's getting late. Then it's down the stairs and up the road and through the factory gate. Turning still, how do you feel? As in not chuck your spin. If you felt like me, you'd roll right out and never roll back in. It's early in the morning as I squeeze through the gate, and as I clock in, the bell will ring. 8 hours is me fate, and it's off with me coat all damp and cold, and it's right lads is the cry. Staring at that turning wheel and a million flying sparks. Turning still, how do you feel? As in not chuck your spin. If you felt like me, you'd roll right out and never roll back in. Now the gaffer's walking down the shop, and so it's work I must. With the grinding, groaning, spinning metal, and the hot air and the dust. And it's oft times thinking of me girl as we're dancing through the park, and staring at that turning steel and a million flying sparks. Turning still, how do you feel? As in not chuck your spin. If you felt like me, you'd roll right out and never roll back in. Now the old Tom left last Friday, his final bell did ring, and his hair as white as his face beneath, and his sunken oily skin. And he made a speech and he got paid off for a lifetime working there. And as I shook his hand, I felt I'd labour 40 years. Turning still, how do you feel? As in not chuck your spin. If you felt like me, you'd roll right out and never roll back in. Now when the time has come at last for me to leave this place, I'll walk out past the church house desk, and I'll never turn my face out of the gates into the sun, and I'll leave it all behind. With one regret for the mates I left to carry on the grind. Come on, Bert. Turning still, how do you feel? Do not chuck your spin. If you felt like me, you'd roll right out and never roll back in. So I sang when I was young, corners thought my life was hard. On we go! And now the mill has been shut down, and the grass grows round the yard. Freestyle makes a thought I won't be long, till I as well must go to find more work, but never more this place I used to know. Nailed it! So still, how do you feel? As in not chuck your spin. If you felt like me, you'd roll right out and never roll back in.